Blessings, love. And this is my offering to the divine annual transformation from Scorpio solar season into Sagittarius season, within and without. We call this the anaretic degree, the critical degrees in astrology, where the sun is at 29 degrees Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius overnight. The energy is felt within the human if you're willing to connect and be aware of what you are, where you are, and how you're feeling and what's moving through you. And we can consciously, intentionally connect with the desire to know our whole selves and to learn how to nourish and nurture the human construct. You don't need to have Scorpio or Sagittarius in your astrological birth chart in order to access, anchor, and assimilate this powerful energy. We can explore movement practices, embodiment practices, exploration practices of our human body as a spiritual practice and a way to heal all of this wounding, especially if you have been at war with the body through the life. My own experiences with self-negation, degradation, inner self-harm, outer self-harm, withholding nutrition and nutrients are doors that we have to walk through. We cannot sidestep the pain that we've experienced and absorbed and the ways that we've learned how to neurotically cope with this human existence. But we can make the chance and make the change for change. To make the pact that I will no longer harm myself and ignore myself, and learn to and practice giving myself my own love. So in medical astrology, Sagittarius rules the pelvis and the thighs and the hips, where Scorpio rules the pelvic bowl and the reproductive organs. And there is this unity. Every zodiac sign belongs to itself. Every zodiac sign lives within us, honoring that we are receivers for divine intention and energy and light codes and whatever the fuck this is that comes through me. The desire to be known and to be heard, to remember. We came here to help ourselves and to help each other remember that we came for a purpose, and we are divine by nature, and we are connected to nature, which is why we practice ritual on these powerful days. Every day is a powerful day. This loneliness and this pain and this overwhelm that's felt within the system and then is precipitated in infinite ways. How the human presents through chronic stress and grief and trauma is an infinite myriad. And so we learn how to honor our own journey and our own being, and beyond the comparison of a diagnosis or how I should be or should look or should present or should be over by now. We are natural beings. We are natural, powerful, biological beings, always evolving, cellular structures continuously evolving. So allow for the power of Scorpio and Sagittarius enter into me, enter into thee. Give us the desire and the will and the intention to nourish and nurture the legs and the pelvis and the pelvic bowl and the consciousness of our reproductive organs, no matter what gender we identify as. My organs and my body tells a story every day. So this is just a weighted barbell, one of the most amazing things that I've ever given myself. You can use a dowel or a broom handle. You can use anything that you want, but connecting to the inner seam, the inner part of the foot, And recognizing that that is continuous all the way up into the pelvic bowl, into the floor. One of the simplest things that we can do every day, connect with the feet, grounding to the earth. So much tension and stagnation and pain in these legs. If you're wheelchair bound and have a caretaker that can help you explore these movements, there's so many ways that we can adjust and explore connecting to tissues, working into the shins, really intense, so much energy held in the top of the shins, exploring pushing into the tissue and leaning back onto the toes. It's a very challenging practice, exploring with the intention to connect to sensations, just pressing in, trying to roll. Wow, that's my leg, I have legs. It's just connecting to the self as a human being with a leg, and I didn't know that felt like that. Connecting. Touching, honoring. So many of us are alone, touch-starved, toxic loneliness that infects the mind and makes you feel like you don't want to be here. Ooh, it's so tragic and so painful and so part of this dimension at this time, being pushed to our fucking limits. And how do you take care of the body through the stress? How do you move the body? How do you connect to the body when all you want to do is just lay around and disappear? But I am still here. And I deserve to give myself my own love. Before I leave this place, I want to learn how to nourish and nurture to my body, nourish and nurture my mind, get to know my emotions, exploring them. Boredom is no longer, it doesn't exist, for there's infinite ways to connect back into my own self. I am Sagittarius sun by birth. I was born on December 16th, 1983. I have always been curious for the why and the how and the where. I have suffered from immense pain within the emotional and mental being. And I have dragged myself out of the darkest places I have ever imagined. And while I'm still in a seemingly dark hole, there is an inexhaustible light that shines from within that I discovered through the power of intentional self-nurturing. And we all numb out and check out, and there's so many different ways that you disconnect and turn away from the self, and all of the ways that you focus on other people's lives constantly and put your nose into places that wasn't even asked of you, giving advice that wasn't asked from you, helping to a point where you are on your own downward spiral, not knowing how to have boundaries. Sagittarius sun belongs to us all, and this edge of Scorpio into Sagittarius shines a deeper light into this dark space where I'm the only one that knows what I don't want to look at or what I'm numbing out continuously to, and why I'm so afraid to move on from these parts of the self. We can shine our light into the darkest corners of ourself, and when the light is shone, there's illumination. We cannot turn away, but when you call on the light and you call for the light, be prepared for the light. This is what real shadow work is. It's a dark, dank, deeply painful, deeply powerful dimension we're in at this time. And it is our responsibility to give ourselves our own energy and learn about ourselves and explore ourselves and make us that important to ourselves. Make it a pact for life. Why did I come here? What was the purpose? What is my relationship to my pelvic bowl and my reproductive organs? how does constantly rejecting and negating the self affect me, and how does that show up as in my chronic pain? I'm willing to have a better relationship with myself no matter what state I'm in. Bottom of the barrel, scraping the fumes on the bottom of the barrel of my own existence. And we are in this space as one, always and forever as one. And may we stand holding tight to the conviction that the light that shines through me and shines through thee is purposeful, and we are being called and urged deeper and deeper into the self-nurturing practice. Self-care is sacred and boundaries are beautiful. The mantras for my own life. My own self-care shines a light for the others. I do this for my own self and everyone that I've come from and all those that will come. Infinite generations before and to come. Whether or not we bring another life forth through our physical body, we are this life force in this body, and we bring ourselves forth now. We give birth to ourselves through this nourishing and nurturing practice. Treat yourself like a divine seed. Plant yourself in the dark earth of your own intention. This is the truest, most powerful dark moon into the new moon meditation that I've practiced for many years. We always come back to this space again, and we return back into Scorpio moon where we seeded the last lunar cycle 1 lunar cycle ago. Had the solar eclipse when the sun and the moon were both in the sign of Scorpio. We return to that energy on this day, and we move into that remembering, how has this last lunar month changed me? And what was that eclipse season like? And what have you woken up to that you cannot turn away from? When your addictions become boring and are sucking the life out of you and everyone around you, you will eventually hear the call from deep within. I have to change my life. I have to change my life. And no matter how painful it seems, that being that is urging you from deep within without fear is the soul within you. And you came here for a much deeper reason than you could ever imagine. When I began this journey, I could have never imagined that this voice would come forward and I would know these things to my deepest core, but I've practiced self-nurturing through the darkest nights of my soul. And I have emerged, and I am continuously ascending into the self, deeper and deeper into the self, not relinquishing my humanity, but deeper anchoring into my humanity. And I will not leave this place until I fully honor my own self and my own journey as much as I've harmed myself in my life. And this is the guiding light of my life. I've come here to live truly from my own heart center. I'm not afraid to die. After a lifetime of wanting to die, I'm not afraid to die, and I am not afraid to live any longer. No longer how painful this life continues to reveal itself to be, there is a light that shines from deep within us. We are called and we are calling. Will you heed the call of your own self-longing? I love you. Bless you. Blessings on your Scorpio season into Sagittarius season of the soul. As above, so below. Call the light into your miraculous, crystalline, spiritual self, biological, powerful by nature, connected to every last single atom on this universe, becoming conscious of the self. The greatest epoch of human history, ascending from deep within your own heart and soul. Remember, Sagittarius fire will reveal the highest truth to thee. And what will you do for your own transformation? I love you.